The wild here doesn't whisper, it roars. Glaciers crack like thunder. Waterfalls carve paths through time. And in the middle of it all, she waits. Motor Yacht Unbridled. A sanctuary of warmth and refinement in the heart of Alaska's untamed frontier. Bears wander the shoreline. Whales breach on the horizon. Seals nap on drifting ice while you sip champagne on the aft deck. This isn't a cruise, it's a calling, and only the bold will answer. Now booking your next unforgettable charter, yachtunbridled.com or through your preferred charter broker.
Top of the morning, folks, or afternoon. It's Captain Liam here, Yacht Unbridled. It's a pleasure to have Marcello Bailey from Bailey Services Inc. joining us from St. Martin, but a global brand, surely, I'm sure, with technology these days. How are you, my friend?
Good. And you, Cap?
Oh, it's been a while, mate. It's been a while.
Very much.
A year, so it's good to reconnect.
Yes, it have. I'm very happy to be a part of it now too myself, and recently become a new yacht broker.
I saw that. I saw the certificate,
yes.
And you did it at. I was looking at a certificate of achievement from Maritime Training Academy, which is it's an expensive investment. But what are your key takeaways?
I can't wait to get into it. Basically, I am not only just as you could sell and charter yachts, I can even handle insurances, accounting words, the APAs. I could even do yacht bills for clients and manage their vessels.
Yeah, well, it's a one-stop shop, but I see you got your lovely daughter behind you, Zara. So hello, Zara. She's all happy.
Zara. She's on the microphone.
What a beautiful smile. Hey, Zara. Good to see you. Yeah, so how did it develop? You're from St. Martin, or where did you grow up? How did you get into the boating industry?
Well, born and raised in St. Martin, yes. Been a part of the yacht industries more than my luxury career, actually, my whole life. Since I was 6 years old till now. But a great friend called Harold Jack, when he used to be managing PDP Marina at Port of Pleasance in St. Martin. He was one of the big guys back in the day. So growing around him with my parents, he has been a big influence in my life. And he said, listen, yachts could change your life. And the most important thing, you be honest and you have fun with it, you will grow. And so said, so done. I've been going into it. I also make sure I learned several different things along the way, such as, hospitality. Yeah. I worked 8 years in law enforcement and also in the aviation industries.
Oh, so you've got a good background to understand yachting, because that's where, being St. Martin, people don't know there's two parts to St. Martin, in terms of the country.
French and Dutch.
And Dutch, which is two different legal entities. So, but living in that area, you're pretty much open to quite a lot. But seeing these yachts come and go over the years, what's been one of the highlights?
The most highlight for me is always meeting people that have a love for it and care and generosity. Some people, they think when they're on the vessel that the crew or the captains is like, don't want to pass. It's not that. Everyone has different uniqueness and tastes. And for me, it's always been someone with kindness or the heart to come back. That really, really influenced me to do many things.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I mean, St. Martin's stunning and people go there to enjoy themselves. But it must be hard growing up there because you see all the yachts come, all the excitement, and then when the Caribbean season ends, so many go away. So from a business perspective, that's quite tough.
For some, what I used to do when it slowed down, I end up in Florida. We start doing a lot of the details for the vessels, or even I help some of my friends who own their own boat yards with some of the big yachts, and that's how I got into it. And like yourself and others, they said, listen, you have a really good nick for being customer friendly. Why don't you come a yacht broker? So I started looking around, and when I had enough to join with Maritime Academy, I jumped right in. I didn't look back.
Good on you. Yeah, I've done a couple of courses with them. They're quite well structured with all the different modules. But what did you kind of get from it? What did you find is the most difficult thing to understand or?
For me, to be honest, some of the rules, which I would say the vessel instructions, to me, some needs to change. I
Yeah.
can't say that everyone would see my pointability, but I see once you do send it to whomever, which is, I assume, the MYBA, and it
Yeah.
goes down to everyone, they will change it in the future for sure. I find the most hardest thing is, as a person from the Caribbean, originally is the industry, yes, they bring the vessels in, but it's hard for locals like myself.
Yeah.
If you don't put your money where your mouth is, you're not going to be hurt. You're going to either
Yeah.
be under a corporation, maintaining the basic level, or you do what I did. You go master. But that's a lot of risk. You have to
Yeah.
take it.
Well, that's what's tough about the industry. It's made up of some big companies that have kind of got the net worth and got the capabilities to market themselves and be global. So for an individual person or someone from the islands, or it's hard to start a business and get into yachting, and it's quite inclusive for the wealthy, but it's quite exclusive for the local community. Does that make sense?
That is true. That is very
Like,
true.
and I see
Right.
firsthand as a captain, we go to these islands, but none of the commissions are going to anyone on the island. None of the
No,
gratuities are going to anyone on the island. We're just using local services, which is a
no.
start. But I think we can do more to give back, whether it's environmentally or at least working with more local people, you know?
And that's why I made that door. I literally kicked that door open when I saw the opportunity to become a broker, because they need to know that locals are here. That's the most thing I keep hearing in the industry. Are you from here? Most say no. But when they hear that there's a local, they're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to work with you. You need to be more into it. That is like
Yeah.
really push you to your limits. Like, listen, I'm going to give you this person, that person, but you also got to sell yourself, because we want more locals. What I do as a former yacht agent, which I'm still happily, I do give back to my community very quietly
Yeah.
through the community's centers and stuff like that. And I also give out food, clothing, sometimes even pay for a fortunate family, with their
Yeah.
funds for the kids' school. And I keep it going. And
Well, you don't
giving
need to
back
give
is
any
a good
back.
feeling.
You've already got two beautiful kids out here, so it's like that's your giving
Yeah.
back is giving your being an example or leading by example to show your kids the future, and what you're doing is inspirational for them, whether they believe it or not.
Yes.
Like your son's 18, mine's
Yes.
16. 2 years ago, I wasn't even on camera or social media. I knew nothing about it, and I still don't know much, but I kind of do it because I want my son to go, all right, push yourself in life, son, and you're doing
Yes.
exactly that. So,
It's
but
the
where do you
same thing I
start?
do with my kids.
Yeah, you've got to, and where do you start though? You've got your certificate as a yacht broker, maybe smaller boats, or what are you thinking? You just, catamarans or
Um,
power boats or
To
day
be
cruises or
honest, I already done have one job already to go to Italy by a boat builder company.
wow.
This gentleman and I has been talking for the past 5 years.
Wow.
He has his own company, and I'm actually coming there to sell all of his vessels exclusively. So he
Oh,
believed in me.
congratulations.
Thank you. I took care of him and his family for quite a bit. And I was very shocked that he said, you know what, Bailey, I saw, he didn't even wait for me to give him the good news.
Yeah.
I saw on the internet on the social media on LinkedIn that you pass with high distinction. And you're from the Caribbean. I say, yes, I'm very, I was going to
Island.
share the good news, but you didn't give me a chance to say, well, you're out there. People know now. I said, thank you.
Ah,
And then he said, you know what?
lovely.
Come and sell my vessels. I'm going to be your first customer. I believe in you from the time we talk, because you have what it takes, and you're very, very genuine. And that's what I like about you. So thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the way you've got to stay. My wife always told me, ever since I first met her, she's from Dominican Republic. So we're neighbors.
Nice.
I spent a long time in
Yes.
Dominican Republic, and I love that country. I love the whole Caribbean, all the way to Trinidad, all the way to Cuba. It's a special part of the world. Everyone's very unique. Like, it's weird.
Yes.
You travel from
Very
Dominican
true.
to St. Martin, on the airlines, and it's a different world. And you're like, that's, like so close, but a different world.
Yes. Very much. Very much.
But that's what's good about chartering, I guess. You can get a client and take them to Anguilla, to St. Bart's, to St. Lucia, and St. Martin is kind of the hub.
It is. And this is where I come in, Again, they will just use a hub for what they need, but they don't know everywhere else. And then when you realize someone could just pull up the phone, which they always call me a magician, I say, it took a while to get his magic numbers. But the minute they ask for something and the people that I call know what's up, they're like, hey, we know what time it is, Bailey. We're going to be up even if we're not even time, even if we're not opposite. I appreciate that. And you keep it going, So the most thing, it goes back to, again, 100% people respect you. When you earn their respect, they will do things for you. And I've been fortunate in this industry to meet a lot of people in the community. And just by doing what I'm doing, networking like myself with you, and also providing a service that they require with the vessels. Yes, it is good working in the yacht industry as an agent. However, sometimes the owners of these establishments doesn't know who they're talking to. I make it my own to actually go to these stores, let them know in the near future I'll be around, and introduce myself. And then when I come, they're like, listen, you don't need to sign up nothing special. I even have times when I'm so busy, I forget my card. It's come back the next day, because you're good. We trust you. We're good. And they just swipe. They're like, whenever they pay you, come back. Come back. Sometimes they say, you know what? We dropped the price just for you. Keep the rest, go ahead. Merry Christmas. And you keep it coming, because I made the year, the quarterly on the sales, everything. Sometimes I even jump in with their staff, helping them with all the vessel needs. And I remember that the year before, that's when I got my LLC in America, the end of 2023, exactly before the 1st of January. I had me Joy. They had me super busy, to the point that I didn't realize that I bought half the store inventory. And the owner, like, listen, you have the biggest sale in my store. You okay? I was like, I'm good. I mean, are you okay?
We're good. We're good here.
Next, you like all your points, you don't have to shop no more. Wherever you are on this island, you get to shop for free.
Yeah.
For a whole year, literally, I didn't have to buy anything in my home. I just keep going back. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So
wow, well, it's good. That's what's good about islands, that relationship that you develop in islands. And that's kind of like yachting. It is a small community. And the higher you go up professionally, that you mentioned about LinkedIn, the smaller it gets. And sometimes the harder it gets because of the judgment and the threat between people. And that's kind of like, I remember you reached out to me in Antigua Charter Show, and I was like, cool, brother, let's dance, man. Let's meet each other. Let's have a good time. But I know a lot of people aren't that forward, and that's what's tough about people. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in yachting. It's a tough industry to crack into.
I am happy you mentioned that very much, Liam, because that's the very truth. I asked one person, normal, like without the knowledge we have, when you see a yacht professional, what do you see? Oh, a beautiful blonde talking crap in YouTube.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it is all about. But yes, they use somebody that properly represents them in order to make the approach saleable. However, the knowledge comes from people that is in the backgrounds that you and I don't see. And it's nothing about race, color, if you think it is. I told you, be surprised that there's multiple people in our race in this industry making a lot of money. You just have to apply yourself and believe what you study is going to take you further. If not, It's just going to be a regular lesson like school, and you can't use it in the real world. I
Yeah.
mean, you're
Well, it's a
here
lot of
because you want to do it.
yeah, it's a lot of what I try and push as well, whether it's leadership, racism, sexism. Let's have the uncomfortable conversations because
Yes.
we've got to fight. You've got to fight back. You know what I mean? Like and it's
Yes.
hard. I've got a son, a Dominican wife, and he's got a future ahead of him, and he has concerns. And I'm like, man, let's keep smashing down these glass doors, even if it upsets people. Let's have the
Yes.
conversations because
Yep.
the gatekeepers are the ones that are earning the most money. They're also the ones that sometimes are not as really as transparent as what they should be. Because I think there's a responsibility, like as a father, to teach your children. There's a responsibility of the industry to be more transparent. And I think that's where people like yourselves, I love to see you shine. And it's just like, because I'm from Australia. I'm from the islands, man. The amount of times in St. Martin, St. Vincent, Grenadines, the locals have been the ones that I've loved and thrived with, whether it's liming out in St. Vincent or chilling in St. Martin, eating some jerk chicken. It's the locals are what is the culture. You know, that's what people should be there to see, not just sit on the white boats at anchor.
Yeah, they don't know. And I love it when I do. Yeah, they love a lot of the captains and the crews. Love it when they see a local come and do the industry without a care, without have to be worried about being stigmatized or nepotism. And I said, it's yes, I'm aware. And I had this, believe it or not, on my interview locally here when the gentleman didn't do his homework, and I made it clear, you should do your homework. Don't worry how I speak. Do your homework on me, then you'll know. Came to the meeting, his face went from like this to this. I'm like, I'm sorry, you didn't do your homework. I was, were you expecting? Oh, I'm a happily Caribbean black gentleman from paradise. I love where I'm living, and I'm very knowledgeable. He said, but you have surpassed. Yes, not all of us learn from the coconut from the tree. I'm sorry. You don't leave criticism, put you in a negative way. Nah, I'm good. Nah. I had many of that.
Let it feed the fire. Let it feed the fire. You know?
He was like, he didn't know what else to say. I told him I'm fully aware of the industry more than you could tell me. I get it many times, from meetings. It didn't bother me because at the end of the day, I sent my bill. They said, "Well, this is it, man." Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it, man. And I kept going. I can even go back as far as happily my very first job as a yacht agent. It ended up being an agent now to be working closely with the captain, and he was the very nicest person I've ever met so far. And
awesome.
During the pandemic, he was like, since you're the only one that I'm seeing, I'm not saying I didn't have other yacht agents. I'm going to let you do everything, but as my Leons on the ground, instead of me going everywhere and getting affected. I said, good, no problem. He sent me a whole agreement for a whole month. I was busy with him. And he said, Bailey, he's telling me, listen, if I tell you charge me expensive, do it. If you have to charge me for every phone call, do it. If I have to, with your car, everything, that's an expense. He was like, you're like, I'm teaching you so you know what to do. Because when you come a broker in the future, which he told me you can and you have what it takes, you need to be bold and charge every demand of price because you're the product at the end of the day. All you need is just the full authority to put that bullet in the chamber and shoot. I was like, okay. So because of him, I went forward on everything. I was even trying to even charter his vessel during the pandemic. Yeah. And it actually did get chartered in Anguilla. The guest was very quiet. I don't want to say too much, but he used to work at Microsoft. It was the best clients I had. And he was like, listen, your energy causing this because you believe, because we had charters, we cancel them, but with yours. And it was only a minimum other week.
That's what stands out to me. People from the islands, man, and I resonate with that because it's challenges that make you stronger. Like, and as a yacht captain, we go to sea every day, and we have challenges, internal, external, whatever. But from the islands, you go through a season, it's busy, then it's quiet, then you get hurricanes, and it's nonstop tries to beat you down. But as an islander, islanders have this ability to just go, you know what, it is what it is. We're going to keep pushing on. We're going to keep pushing on. And captains see that. Like, captains really, above all, everyone on a yacht, usually the chef sometimes gets upset because the provisions aren't right. But it's like, it's an island, man. Like, it's an island. Like, what do you expect? But, as a captain, we see through all the stuff, and we see these guys just grafting season after season after season. We come back and seeing people like yourself get bigger and better and stronger. It's like, cool, man, respect. It gives us pleasure, to be honest with you. 100% honest, it gives us pleasure to see you guys succeed.
And that's the thing. Our secret is as you said, the background, we go surely up. But when we see customers come back and new ones and better and more referrals, it keeps us happy, and it puts a lot in our heart to know that we're doing good. Somebody's seeing our efforts, and we start getting more and more, and that's why and I love where I'm living, I feel like the whole world is here. I don't even have to travel, to be very honest. I just travel because I want to, enjoy it and keep it going. But yes, we have diverse cultures living here. And everyone is, 1 minute I speak English, Spanish, a little bit of Mandarin, Italian, German. I could go on.
French.
And if you're done, they just be amazed, like, how you could switch?
For such a small island, like, people don't get how small it is. Like, it's really, St. Martin's small. You go over the hill and you see all the cruise ships. You go to another bay, there's just a private beach.
Yeah.
You go up north, there's surfing.
It's a half an hour to drive all about. That's it.
Cool. The industry's, got some negatives, and that's what I don't like. The industry's got some negatives. There's a big party scene in St. Martin, and I'm trying to encourage crew. Not that I want to affect local businesses, because everyone's got to have a downtime. But there's a lot of situations that, I think people in the industry need to be aware of and just be safe and be together. And it's good to see someone like yourself as a father and from a police background, kind of making sure that crew get off on the right foot. So I'm sure you look after the industry and the captains that arrive.
I've dealt with that many times. They want to have a party. I say, sure, but just be aware that if you don't need my assistance, be aware of the other stuff they don't mention, or don't carry too much jewelry. I had it with many crew when they're with me, they're comfortable. They leave everything in the vehicle or in my pocket. They don't care. They're like, listen, we're having a good time. We got our personal security. We good. That's it. But when they're by themselves, the amount of texts and Bailey, I'm XYZ. Are you close? I'm like, I'm close. I can see you. They're like, okay. I'm there, man. I see you. Don't worry. You're good. You're good.
And that's what's important. People have respect for the locals. That's the one thing I say. You respect the locals. Find your, get a local contact there, not just on the boat, but in the marina, and someone as a driver or an agency that can look after them. So what's 2026 looking like? 2025, you got your certificate, you're ready to roll, the kids are growing up. What's your goal for 2026, brother?
2026 is launching that site like I've been encouraged to do for this industry and keep it going with what I'm going to do. I'm going to be ending up, like I said, Italy, from there, the Mediterranean. Really beautiful. Truly. I have a good friend also who's his broker in his business, and we will be doing some great stuff together as well, too. Yeah.
Okay, well, reach out if you ever need anything. I'm really excited to watch you grow as always, and every year you just keep getting better. From Antigua last year to this year.
Yes. You've been a great influence, so just like Nike, I get it.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it. So launch the website, do the old Instagram or whatever kind of marketing tools that you think will reach people. But the core values of your company, Bailey Services Inc., it's that integrity. It's that, maturity.
Yeah, that whole business was made off of me as the brand, because everybody knows me by my last name, Bailey. Not much people will call me Marcello, even as Italian origin, but they know me as Bailey. And they say, listen, when you hear this guy, he's, according to a lot of people, I am the bomb. I don't think so, but I'm humble with it and I keep
Legit.
it going,
Yeah.
legit. That's it. I tell him, listen, I'm not here to do the glitz and glam of me. This is your place. I get things done your way. That's my slogan. Paradise done your way.
Oh, lovely.
Guess. Yeah,
Paradise done your way.
That's my slogan. Paradise done your way. I said, whatever you need, man, I get it done your way. And they're like, wait a minute. I said, look on the website. I have people been dying to get my merch. Glamorous one. I said, this year I got a lot of things coming out. So
cool. I'm excited, man.
It's going to be a lot of great things, and I can't wait. But I am happy I have what I need to be in the industry and keep it going. And I'm not going to leave nothing stop me.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Keep going. I'll tell you what, in Italy, though, it's going to be funny when you show up to the Italians and Marcello. It's Marcello.
Oh, yeah.
From the islands. From Marcello. From the islands. They're going to say,
yes.
How's he?
Yes, so, I have Italian friends in St. Bart's. It's the same thing. And they love bringing me around their friends. And they say, ask him what's his first name. It's like, your first name is Italian? I say, yes, my godfather is from Tucson. So, yeah, small world.
So don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. I know people in Tuscany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The mafia.
He gave me the name. He gave me the name. So I keep it going with that name.
You should go visit when you're over there.
I will. That would be my third time, actually. My third time. The first time was when I was actually 18 on my own. And I did it again 22 years. And again, this will be soon again. So, yeah.
Exciting things. I'm excited to hear about Turkey. Give me a call anytime, brother. It's good to hear. Good to reconnect with you.
Definitely.
And how can people get a hold of you?
You could definitely reach out to me on my direct cell number, which is on WhatsApp, 1721-526-5613, or my US number, 305-339-4339.
Love it, mate. That's how we connect. So many people do all these messages and emails, and I'm like, just pick up the phone, brother. Give us a shout. Send me a text. I'll get back to you.
Hey, man, that's the best way to do it, the digital way. That's it. No more hurting ourselves. And we got artificial intelligence making what we used to think a couple of months is a few seconds now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, paradise done your way. I love it, mate. I can't wait to come back to St. Martin to reconnect. All the best to your lovely family, your son and your daughter, and Merry Christmas, brother. Enjoy paradise.
Same to you.
If your brand belongs in the heart of the yachting world, this is where it happens. Yachting International Radio reaches over 1 million yachting professionals and enthusiasts every month, with 77 million impressions, 220,000 social followers, and 74,000 podcast subscribers. Our hosts are insiders, crew, captains, CEOs, trusted voices shaping the industry. This is targeted, high-impact advertising in a luxury niche. Visit yachtinginternationalradio.com/advertise. Your audience is